When making a film, it's essential that each scene and dialogue has been written and planned beforehand in order to ensure a cohesive, well-paced project. But even then, the art of making a film isn't based on a simple formula that you can always follow and guarantee success. It's a creative process that leaves room for interpretation by all people involved. While actors have to be able to listen to the director and execute his plan, they also need to have the ability to bring their own spin to a scene. Improvisation is an underrated skill, and some actors and shows have made a living out of perfecting it. And with that said, some of the most iconic scenes in classic films were birthed from the creativity of an actor who was in the zone. Some lines were all about the spur of the moment. While closing off a city street for filming is par for the course for productions that have a sizable budget, not all films have a budget that allows them to block a street. Midnight Cowboy might be considered a classic film, but the film didn't have a massive budget when it was being shot back in the 60s. This led to some unique challenges that the film crew and the actors had to deal with. Well, Dustin Hoffman showed that he can perform in any scenario, even when nearly getting hit by a car. During the filming of one of the scenes in Midnight Cowboy, Hoffman and Jon Voight were crossing a busy street in New York as a taxi driver sped towards the crosswalk and nearly hit Hoffman. While no one was hurt, this led to a very angry and real reaction from the actor who, in character, shouted the line, "I'm walking here," at the taxi, a line that would become an iconic part of pop culture.
Hey, I'm walking here! I'm walking here!
Some actors just have something special. Robert De Niro's depiction of Travis Bickle is easily one of his most iconic roles ever. Playing the role of a veteran working as a taxi driver, the actor gave an incredibly realistic depiction of how declining mental health can affect a person's reasoning and actions, with the persona of Travis delivering a plethora of thought-provoking, intense monologues that disturbed many viewers. To prepare for the complex role in this Scorsese classic, De Niro used method acting to truly get in the head of how a person like Travis Bickle would function. This resulted in some truly unnerving scenes where De Niro, playing Bickle, would produce unsettling lines that he improvised. Among those lines was the scene in which Travis, standing in front of a mirror, pulls out a gun and asks, quote-unquote, "You talking to me?" A line that is still referenced to this day.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
A simple change of lines can make a scene forever iconic. The Empire Strikes Back is considered the best film in the original trilogy by many people. It certainly is the most impactful, considering that it was the movie where Darth Vader said the iconic "I am your father" line. And while that's a legendary line, we're not here to talk about Vader, nor about how amazing Episode 5 was, even though it's an absolute masterpiece, by the way. Han Solo is one of the most beloved characters in the Star Wars franchise, in no small part thanks to Harrison Ford's unmatched charisma. In one of the most memorable scenes in Episode 5, Leia and Solo share a kiss, after which the princess admits her love for him. Well, while the original script had Ford saying quote-unquote "I love you too," the actor had a different idea and, in typical Han Solo fashion, responded with quote-unquote "I know," making the scene one of the most iconic ones in the franchise.
I love you.
I know.
I doubt you expected this one to be improvised. If you've ever gotten on a ship and thought of a specific scene from Titanic featuring Leo DiCaprio, you probably already know which scene we're going to talk about. To be fair, Titanic is one of the most popular movies ever created, with it featuring many scenes that have had a prominent effect on pop culture. And one of the main reasons for the movie being so beloved is DiCaprio's iconic performance as Jack. Leo DiCaprio provided a stellar performance, with most, if not all, quotables and legendary scenes featuring his character doing something that grabbed the attention. And with that said, the iconic scene in which he spreads his arms and screams that he's quote-unquote king of the world is without a doubt one of the most influential scenes in the film. And, as it turns out, that exact line was improvised on the spot by director James Cameron.
I'm the king of the world!
There's a thin line between genius and madness. Stanley Kubrick was known for being a director who was open to the actors trying out different things and improvising on set. After all, he was notorious for filming as many takes of a scene as possible, as he wanted everything to be perfect. The Shining was no exception to this, as Kubrick would film the same scenes and lines of dialogue over and over. This is where one of the most iconic quotes from the film was created. In one of the takes during The Shining's climax, Jack Nicholson peeked through the broken door and screamed, "Here's Johnny," thus creating a true moment of terror. It turns out, he improvised that line on the spot, as he referenced the intro to The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. Kubrick, unaware of the line's origins, decided to use it, and it turned into one of the most legendary lines in film history.
Here's Johnny!
Thank you for watching, guys. Do you have a favorite movie moment that was improvised? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to make a part 2 of this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and maybe even subscribe to our channel if you want to watch more videos about your favorite TV shows and movies in the future. We hope to see you again. Same channel, different time.